Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I thought I'd do another episode on carving our little guy. So this is where we got to last time. So we've rounded off the top of the head, we've put in these two sort of sweeping curves on the sides here. And what I've done between the last episode and now is I've put two little stop cuts with a saw in there. We will come back to those later. Let me try and get that to focus for you. We will come back to that later on in another episode, but I've put them in now just because now's a convenient time to do it. You can really use anything, you can even do this with your knife by sort of jamming in a stop cut, cutting away a little bit and so on and so forth. I've done that a few times. I've actually found that putting them in with a fine tooth saw, I've got my little Japanese katana, but you can use a hacksaw, you can use anything really as long as it's not got too thick a blade. But what I'm going to do today, we're going to move on to the next step, which is starting to shape the head. And that's what we'll be doing today. And what I think I'll do is I'll bring the camera a bit closer in, we'll get this marked out and start carving. Right then guys, so here we go. And to mark out the head, I'm going to use my ruler just to give me a bit of accuracy, obviously my pencil. And the thing is with this is that normally if you were trying to do this to scale to a normal person, the head would actually be quite a small proportion of this. But because it's where most of the detail lies, the features of the face, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, we actually want to make it a little bit bigger, almost as if you were sort of doing maybe like a caricature drawing or something like that, where you exaggerate certain features. So this is roughly 5.5 centimeters, and I want the head to be give or take a third of that. So I think I'll go a little bit over, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this about 2 centimeters from the very top. So if I just put a little pencil mark down there, hopefully you can see that if I shade this slightly so the light's not getting too much to it. And actually let me turn my other light on. That's a bit better. And what you want to do across this flat section you've got on the front here, you just want to put a straight line across it like so. And then as you start to move backwards on these indentations, you want to angle it ever so slightly, not by much, just so it's a slightly steeper angle, and try to mirror that on the other side so you get something that looks a bit like this. And again, hopefully that's picking up on the camera all right. And then when you get towards the back, you want to continue angling it, but not quite as steeply, like so. And again down here, and then you just hopefully, if you've got it right, let me just try and check this. Hopefully you'll get them to join around the back. So very, very quickly, you've got the front here, angles slightly, it's not a particularly pronounced angle, and then joins up around the back. So that's the marking out, and in order to cut this I'm going to be using my little Rough Rider Rifleman today, just for something a bit different. And what you need to do here is put in a stop cut. Now most of you will be familiar, but if you're not, a stop cut is essentially, as the name suggests, it's a cut that you make that will form a stop when you try and cut up against it. So for example, if I just take this little front flat section here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest my knife on it like so, and I'm just going to put down with a little bit of pressure. You can rock your knife backwards and forwards like so, and again that may not pick up on the camera, but hopefully you can see that there. And what I want to do is follow that all the way round for all of the pencil marks I've put on here, and just do that rocking motion. Doesn't have to be particularly deep at this stage because you can always deepen it later on. You may even be able to hear that sort of cutting in and breaking the fibres. I certainly can from here. And once that's been done, we can then start carving. last one, second to last, and then we'll very quickly do the back. And we are about done. So we've now got what's known as a stop cut all the way around this, and we'll probably extend that later on as well. And all we're now doing, and I'll see if I can get a bit closer to the camera for this for you guys. Let's say about here. And what we want to do, again, starting from this nice flat section here, just because it's convenient, you want to come in probably 2 or 3 millimeters from the base of the stop cut and just cut up towards it with your knife. And what will happen is you'll get almost like a wedge. Let me just take this out carefully so you can see it. This is the little piece that's come out, and if I can get that to focus, let's see, you may or may not be able to see it's kind of like a triangular section in there, and that's what we're looking for. So basically, if I can give you a close-up of this, you can kind of see the section that's been taken out, and you just need to continue doing that all the way around. So I'll speed through this footage so the video doesn't take too long, and I'll come back when we are a little bit closer. And sorry, just before I do go, guys, so I've just taken another little section out there. There's a piece that's stuck in there. The easiest way to deal with that, put your knife down and pull out that little section like that. It's just that it went slightly further than my stop cut. So there we go, guys, a couple of minutes work and we have worked all the way around. Now you can obviously hopefully appreciate now that just these few minor cuts, and you know, it's taken no more than 5 minutes, has really kind of started getting this to take shape. It's now very obviously a head. Now again, it's probably all right as it is. You can spend as much or as little time on this as you like. You know, you can tidy things up and make them really perfect as you go along, or you can tidy things up at a later stage. It's entirely up to you. But that's probably where I'm going to leave this for today. And again, hopefully, as I say, you can see now the sort of, at least the general shape of this sort of figurine starting to take shape. And yeah, so hopefully you'll stick around for the next episode. Hope this was useful, and if you are carving along yourself, be really interested to hear how you're getting along. Maybe even stick a photo in the comments if that's possible to do. But yeah, so that's it, guys. So like I say, hope it was useful. Comments and questions in the box below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Thanks, guys.